Hi. I'm gonna wait for a few people to join, but I read somewhere they told you not to say that when you're waiting for people to join at the beginning of the speech, but I just did. Hi, we have some people live. Say where you are joining from, maybe where you're originally from, how you learned about the live stream. So if you can put that in the chat or in the comments so I can see. And FYI, my name is Miesha Williamson. I am from Chicago, Illinois originally, and currently in Atlanta, Georgia, or the Atlanta, Georgia area. I'm a Georgia peach now. Can you hear me? I'm using like this microphone. So we will get started in about. Hey, okay, you can hear. Thank you. Awesome. Hey, Sarah. Okay, and I see we have a few other people. Okay. And if everyone can put in the chat, hey, Taryn, if everyone can put in the chat where you're from, where you found out about the presentation. Thank you. Okay, so we're 2 minutes after. We are going to go ahead and get started to honor your time. So thank you everyone for joining. The topic of the day is building your LinkedIn brand. Stop chasing opportunities and have them chase you. This is something that I teach my coaching clients, and it helps them find a job without all of the applying to a whole bunch of jobs. Like, hey, everybody's from C2C on the call right now. So, hey, C2C sisters, how you doing? Okay, so next slide. Personal branding is about managing your name. Even if you don't own a business, in a world of misinformation, disinformation, and semi-permanent Google records. So managing your own name. We want to managing your name and manage your personal brand for job opportunities and other opportunities. So who am I and why should you listen to me? I'm Miesha Williamson, e-commerce launch program manager, as well as a career consultant. So a lot of people are like, what is an e-commerce launch program manager? Great question. I launch e-commerce sites. I'm the project manager or program manager that helps launch large e-commerce sites. So think like websites similar to Amazon, maybe on a smaller scale for different size companies. I make sure that the creative teams, the digital marketing teams, the writing teams, the technology teams are all aligned, and we do everything in order and on time, manage risks and dependencies to make sure that the website launches on time and on budget. So I have 10 years of project management experience. I also have 10 years of helping people transition into tech. I'm especially passionate about Black women, or all women, but especially Black women entering tech. I think it's life-changing. It changed my life, and I want to help others change their life. So why would you want to listen to this webinar? Who is this webinar for? My target audience is ambitious women seeking careers in data analytics, program management, or project management. And you can ask questions about those careers specifically, but that's mainly who I speak to. So you've been putting in applications, but you haven't had any traction. So you haven't got any interviews. This webinar is for you. You want opportunities to come to you instead of you searching for them. I work in digital marketing. I've worked in digital marketing for a while. It's called attraction marketing. So you put content that attracts your target audience instead of maybe DMing people or cold calling people. And this is kind of a similar approach. And I want to put an emphasis on, in today's economy and competitive tech landscape, you really need to make bold moves. I say on the slide, this is not your mama's job search. And I think a lot of us are millennials, different age range of millennials, but this job search isn't even the same job search that we had 4 or 5 years ago. It's a whole different playing field, and you really have to set yourself apart to get interviews or even get your foot in the door. Okay, so why do you need to build a strong personal brand? You need to stand out as an expert in your field. Whatever your field is, stand out as an expert. Even if you're just starting out, I'll give you some tips and strategies on how to stand out as an expert. You need to create a digital footprint that attracts recruiters, and you need to build trust with your audience. I want to talk about creating a digital footprint that attracts recruiters. When I start posting on social media or on LinkedIn, and I have to be honest, guys, I'm not super consistent with posting on LinkedIn. But when I know I want an opportunity, I'll start posting a few weeks in advance, and I'll have recruiters flooding my inbox. So the goal now, and the goal I want for you, is to start building your brand before you even need it. If you need it now and you're in the middle of a job search, that's fine. But if you're just starting your transition, I know some of you are just starting your transition into tech, you're still learning, I want you to still post. So next slide. Principle 1, building a personal brand gets you opportunities, okay? Building a personal brand gets you opportunities. Let's see, this name is like on my lip. Okay, so I just want to show you an example that I love of a woman who's built a strong personal brand on LinkedIn. So she got laid off from Meta. I don't remember what her role was exactly, but we're going to look it up in a second. And she designed an AI chatbot that gives answers from a Black perspective. She posts every day. She makes videos. She goes live promoting her idea before she even had it built. I've been following her story the whole time when she used to work at Meta. So when she got let go, she had this idea, and she promoted her idea for a year before she launched her product. And she became a speaker, goes around the country speaking on AI and Black culture, which is very niche. She would, anything where there's diverse, culturally sensitive AI, she would get invited to, right? So really like how she built her personal brand here. So here's an example of a post she has, and I don't think you can see it. Let me see if I can. I'm using a new software, guys, but she just talks about how she never speak at the same conference as the President of the United States. So she's speaking at president's tech conferences right now. Emory University, University of Washington, law firms, anything that has diverse tech, culturally sensitive AI. AI, one of the critiques of AI is that it's not culturally sensitive, that it doesn't understand the voice of Black people, that it doesn't understand the nuances of our language or the nuances of how we think or process, and also that it doesn't present findings or results that are always appropriate or sensitive to diverse communities. So she gets to speak on these topics. I would definitely go check her out. I can't click on the slide like I thought I could, but check her out, check her posts. I love how she posts every day, speaks her mind, and also builds her personal brand to get her opportunities. And she uses these speaking engagements to build her product. If she wants to go back into the workforce, I predict that she will go back into the workforce. She has built a personal brand where she probably was making somewhere between $140 and $150 because she lived on the coast. and she'll go back in the workforce making a minimum of $350,000 because of the brand that she has built. And if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat and I will answer them later. This is one of my personal mentors. I really enjoy how he built his personal brand. So he actually does not have a college degree, and he's been engineering director of product at places like Peloton. He works at Heroku, which is a Salesforce company. He worked at Microsoft, Expedia, few other places, but he's worked at tech giants from building his personal brand on LinkedIn. And he strongly suggests building in public. And we'll go more into some of his strategies, but one of my personal mentors, one who pushed me to start building in public, and it works. He was laid off. He worked at Twitter before it became X, and he was part of the layoffs, I think. Anyway, he got laid off. And by building his personal brand, he was able to pursue another opportunity. No degree, no college, building his personal brand and learning, building his skills, was able to accomplish this. So he's a product and engineering leader. Here's one of his posts. Again, can't use his software to dive in, but he posts about mentoring, software engineering, and product. So what are some steps to building your personal brand? First of all, you need to define your niche and your expertise. You already have a niche. You already have an expertise that you are known for or you're good at. Or a lot of you might be transitioning. And what is the niche and expertise that you want to be known for? So you can post about your learning journey. So it's okay to find a niche or expertise that you're not an expert in, but that's what you want to focus on. I'm going to start focus on AI and project management and product management. Am I expert in that? No. Am I learning that? Yes. So I'll be posting as I'm learning. So craft your professional story. What's your professional story? Share that. Share your journey, and people will love it. There's a young man online. He was a fry cook, and he shared how he would flip burgers during the day and code at night. And under 5 years, he became vice president of engineering at a startup company because he posted every day, posted his learning. People reached out to him to help him. People reached out for new opportunities. Building your personal brand is very, very important. And I want to stress that. If people don't know who you are, they don't know what opportunities they can give you. So define, craft, and curate. So curate your LinkedIn to reflect your niche, expertise, and professional story. So you can even use ChatGPT or ChatBlack GBT to help you create posts. Understand your professional story. So for me, my professional story would be, I went to school for mechanical engineering. The economy was terrible. All of the car companies were going under at the time, and it was really hard for me to find an engineering job. So I had a friend, he worked at a tech company, and I realized he was always employed. And if he got laid off, he found a job really easily. And I decided I wanted to do what he does. I took a coding boot camp, fell in love with it, started doing side hustles and for small businesses, building them websites, doing digital marketing. And that led to my first digital marketing job. I posted on Facebook. I posted on Facebook groups, just sharing what I was learning or what I was doing. I didn't have any strategy, any branding strategy or anything like that. I was just really excited about what I was doing, and opportunities started to come to me. So people would say, hey, Miesha, I found about this job. Hey, Miesha, you should apply for this. Hey, Miesha, there's this opportunity. This is all because I was just excited about what I was doing, and I would share it online. The next thing, you want to connect with your ideal audiences and colleagues. So connect is either by following, commenting on their posts, or messaging people. So these are the different ways you want to connect on LinkedIn. Principle 2, learn in public. And like I said, if you have questions, please drop them in the chat and we have some time for Q&A. Document your journey to showcase your growth. Attract your attention by sharing projects, lessons, and challenges. Engage with your network and invite feedback. So ask questions, ask engaging questions in your posts. Ask questions like, this is a project I worked on. What do you think? Or comment on something popular that's going on in your field. Give your take and then ask other people what they think. I have a post. Let's see. I think it's the next post. I have a post. I am going to get a master's degree in data analytics because I'm a program manager. And now they want a lot of program managers to know data analytics to help inform decisions. So I'm going to get a master's in data analytics. And this is something that I want to do because I'm also interested in AI and things like that. So I just shared that I'm getting this master's. I tagged Coursera. I tagged the university that I'm getting the master's from. That helps spread your reach as well on LinkedIn and attract more people to your profile. So post at least once a week. Engage with feedback from your network. If you want to be really serious, create a content calendar and celebrate small wins. Principle 3, LinkedIn networking strategies. Network strategically with industry professionals, engage in meaningful conversations, build lasting relationships with recruiters and mentors. So a strategy that I have for people, especially when you are more senior in your career, you're going to have a list of target companies, so 10 target companies. And every day you're going to add people with the role you want, the title, or the hiring manager of the role you want at the companies to your LinkedIn. You're going to follow them. You're going to engage with their content. If they post, which they will eventually post a career or job opportunity, you are going to apply for that job opportunity immediately and then direct message them and say you're interested. Engage with thought leaders on LinkedIn. Post meaningful posts. Just don't post that's great. Post your take on their posts. Other people in your target market will see that post and you will start to get more eyes on your LinkedIn. So some actionable tips as well. Personalize your connection request. So when you want to connect with somebody, don't just connect. Say, hey, I found you here. I'm interested in connecting with you because of this. Great to meet you. Engage with content before connecting. Join relevant LinkedIn groups. Since a lot of people on this call are Black women, there are Black women in tech groups, which are amazing to join. Comment on posts from influential people, which I mentioned. Find influencers in your community or what you're trying to study and comment on their posts regularly. You'll meet great people in the comments. Follow up with connections regularly. So after I make connections, especially if I'm able to get them on a virtual coffee chat or have a call, I try to reach out to them at least every other month. It depends on like how high level they are. I literally have a Notion page where it sends me reminders to check up on people. I take notes on what they told me, and so I can follow up. Maybe I can send articles that are interesting. Maybe I can say, hey, you mentioned that you like this type of food. I went here and tried it. It was great. So whatever. So I can maintain these connections. So before we dive into the next part, any questions? Put any questions in the chat. And do we find this information helpful? Wait, like 30 seconds for questions. Any questions? What is someone information was helpful? Anyone want to let me know what you're transitioning into, and if you have any specific advice on anything for your LinkedIn while I'm waiting for a question. One tip I would give you is, which you already most likely know, ChatGPT is your friend. So let's go back to what I was saying here. Defining your niche and expertise, crafting your professional story, and curate. You can use ChatGPT to do all this, right? So like I said, for me, I would say, hey, I've been a project manager for 10 years. I'm currently a program manager. I have experience in data analytics, digital marketing, automotive, so on and so on. I want my niche to now be AI and project management. Can you help me curate my professional story as well as weekly thought leadership content for LinkedIn? I want to have educational posts. I want to have inspirational posts. And I want to have posts that also show my learning and growth journey. Then you can ask it, how many people should I connect with? Or what type of people and titles and companies should I connect with to grow my network on LinkedIn? And this is giving you all the sauce. Like, I charge $300 for personal roadmaps and personal coaching sessions. And that's one of the juicy tips, guys. And you will see results immediately when you start doing this. You will get inboxes immediately. What if I'm not fully transitioning, but adding this as consulting piece to my firm? How do I market on LinkedIn for that particular area? I think that's a great question. So, like, you have two things that you're doing, but I think that this is part of your overall strategy as building your firm's presence on LinkedIn. So I think you should take your firm's offerings and decide which items you want to be known for on LinkedIn. You would feed that into ChatGPT to help you come up with a cohesive plan on what to market. So you could make a LinkedIn just for the tech part if you would like. I see some people have 2 different LinkedIns, but I think this is just part of your practice. So you ask LinkedIn, how do I use this to advertise all of my services? And this is what I want to do. So any other questions? I went way faster than I thought I would. Well, conclusion and call to action. I want you to take action on at least one strategy you learned today. If you can drop in the chat what strategy stood out and what you'll be taking action on, let me know. I want you to build your personal brand and showcase your journey. So again, drop in the chat what's one strategy that stood out, what you learned today. I want you to keep engaging and networking on LinkedIn. Okay. If you think you want a personal roadmap, content calendar, awesome. If you think you want a personal roadmap, I am available for consultations. I will put my consultation link in the chat or underneath the video when we're done, but I'm available for consultations. I can help you get a personal roadmap. I can help you come up with templates for posting on LinkedIn, and I will help you get a learning roadmap. So you know what courses to take, what videos to watch, what you need to do for your personal situation. How do I feel about LinkedIn Premium as a tool? Is it necessary, especially in a job search? It's not necessary. I do think it is helpful at times. It allows you to message people who are not a part of your professional network. So you have more access to people to message. You have more insights into, are you qualified for a job? Are you not? What types of people applied for a job? So you have insights with that. So even though it's not necessary, I do definitely think it is helpful. There are a lot of offers for free premium. You can look on LinkedIn. Somebody's always posting that, like free 4-month trial and things like that. So I would take advantage of one of those. Professional story. I don't know what's on the next slide. Okay, thanks. So any other questions? But I want to say thanks, of course. Join me on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, I'm there at Miesha Jahan, or you can search Miesha Jahan Williamson. I want you to build your LinkedIn presence. And also, this is the first time that then write your questions. You should have a ton of questions. Write them in the chat so people can know them. But like I said, if you need a personal roadmap or personal help, also available for consultations. And also, please build your personal brand on LinkedIn, like I said. And if you have any feedback, if you have any suggestions, please let me know. This is the first time that I've given this presentation. I'll be giving it again a few times and adding more helpful information. So any feedback is great. You don't have to take up everybody's time. Just write them in the comments though, so they'll help me. I would still do the learning in public if you're adding this as a piece to affirm. I would still do the learning in public. But it also depends on personally what you want to present to the world. Do you want to be known for this? Do you want to present this for the world? You are lucky where you don't have an employer per se, so you can kind of post what you want to post. So I would, but you have to think about what you want to be known for your firm. Like learning Jira. In your case, no. I would do more like overall project management strategies and maybe how that's transitions or translates from law or things like that. But in your case, learning specific tool, no. For other people, yes, because I think it would be helpful. Awesome. Yes, PMP certification, yes, I would add that. And again, emphasize you're a lawyer and how PMP certifications and law mixed together. You can go into ChatGPT and come up with something. Yes. Yes, Scrum certification, yes. It will help you with all of these things. All right. Yeah, those are the things to learn in public instead of Jira, for sure. Any tips on overcoming procrastination on posting? So great question. So what I do for things like that, where I'm having trouble in an area like that, I tell a friend that if I don't do this 3 times a week or something like that, that I owe them $5, $10, $20, something that maybe hurts a little bit. I have a challenge with one friend. If I don't send them my steps and they don't equal this part by this time of day, then I owe them $5. I know that's not probably not the answer you were looking for, but somebody else holding you accountable. That's a good question. All right, ladies, you can keep putting questions in the chat and I will stay after to answer them. But I'm going to end this stream and have a good night.